Hello, I'm Ted Kopfleisch. I'm going to talk to you today about a large data set that was recently generated for a study of North American thoroughbred diversity. So what we've essentially done is we've created BAM files for 185 North American thoroughbreds, and from those we've derived a variant called format file, and they are posted here for your use. To get to them, simply go to the equinegenomics.uky.edu site. You'll see the North American Thoroughbred Diversity Study description here, and click on the links, VCF, and BAM files. Okay, so clicking on that will take you to a page that has the title and abstract of a manuscript that was recently submitted by Dr. Jessica Peterson. And what you have below that are the VCF file and the BAM files that were generated by the WAGS pipeline developed by Dr. Jonah Cullen that built that VCF file. So how does one use all of these data through these links? The way that they're most often used is visualization with the Integrative Genomics Viewer. So here I have IGV, and it's version 2.17. Now, for strange reasons, the way that these links work in version 2.17 and versions prior to that are a little bit different. So I've created two sets of URLs, one for 2.17 and greater, and one for versions that were earlier than that. So we'll just use this link for 2.17 and later. This current session is using the ECAB3 reference genome with the male-specific Y chromosome added to it. And if you don't have that reference genome, I've made it available here on the website. And to load it, you simply go to the Genomes tab and select Load Genome from URL. You'll get that window. Come back to the web page, copy the URL, paste the URL, and hit OK. And once that's done, it will load the genome as well as the annotation from NCBI RefSeq and the annotation from Ensemble. I've zoomed in here to a locus for a gene CXCL16. So what we can do now is we can pull the VCF file for the 185 thoroughbreds in, and you simply go to the File tab, click Load from URL, pull this window over here, copy the URL, and paste it in the Find URL link. Now, there's a box here for the index file as well. We've made that available, but typically you don't need it. Just click OK, and off it goes. And here we have the variants for these 185 animals in this region. What can you do with this? Well, really much of anything that you would want to. So I'm going to zoom in here to an exon where I know there's an interesting cassette of polymorphisms. Going to get in a little bit closer. And here we see an animal that has 5 polymorphisms within about 50 or so bases of one another. That's kind of a lot. Question one might ask is, well, how are they phased? Are all 5 of these variant alleles on the same chromosome or other chromosomes? Well, you can't know that from just looking at the VCF file. But what you can do is come over here and click on the animal, and then right click, or on a Mac control click, and you have the option to load alignments. And what that will do is it will run off and it will grab the BAM file from which those variants were derived. And you've got to, it's a little clunky, you've got to resize, but that's not terribly difficult. And what we see here is that these four polymorphisms are in fact found in a single read and therefore on the same haplotype. And then this other fifth polymorphism here is on a read with no variation relative to the reference. So it is on its own haplotype. So that was something that could be resolved pretty quickly by simply getting to the map data set. And so that is one way to interrogate these data, which is especially useful if you're looking at something that's interesting and you simply want to go to that animal and see what's going on. If you want to load other BAM records, what you're able to do is go to File, Load from URL. Pull this window over here to give yourself a little bit of room, and whatever BAM file for whatever animal interests you, you're free to just grab, drag, drop, or copy, paste into the file URL and click OK. And what will then happen is that binary alignment map file will be retrieved and displayed in this region. Again, if you find a region in this VCF file that is interesting to you, and you want to make certain that it's good, high quality sequence data that is supporting the variant calls that have been made, this is a very straightforward way to do that. And if you want to, for whatever reason, interrogate these data at the command line, that's a straightforward thing as well. So for the VCF file, you can use BCF tools and the command view, and you can specify a region just to, so you're not downloading the whole thing. And by the way, you're welcome to download these data sets in whole using something like wget or curl, but I'd prefer you didn't do it that way. What we're working to do right now is we're setting up a Globus data collection that we will share with the public, and that would be the better way to go and to retrieve these data. That's not set up just yet, so for the time being, if you really need the VCF file, then please go ahead and use wget or curl to do that. But for the time being, let's imagine that you just want to look at some relatively narrow window of this VCF file. And here we've specified BCF tools view and the region that we want to look at, which happens to be this one. What one can do is, and either of these links will work in this tool, but you copy it, come over here and paste it, and simply hit return, and that the VCF records for that region are retrieved and displayed for you to use. So any of the options or any of the other commands within BCF tools, I've not tested them all, but they should work with this URL to impose whatever filters you would like to run. Similarly, if you're interested in looking at the BAM files or getting the sequence data for any given region to interrogate further, SAM tools works with these URLs just as well. So in this case, SAM tools view, it will get, and we've specified a region here, it will go and it will get that region. And with no other arguments, it will simply return the reads. You can use the -H to get the header only if you want to see what went into making that file. The lowercase h, and you can get both the header and the BAM records for the corresponding region if that's something that you need. But long and the short of it, simply copy the URL, come back here, click and paste the URL onto the command line, hit return, and away it goes. And there it goes. And it retrieves the BAM records for the region that interested you, for the animal that interested you. So other tools are going to be created and going to be made available, hopefully in the near future, that would make better use of these data, and also we'll work to pretty this site up a little bit as well. So please look for that in the future. But in the meantime, please have as much fun as you can with this information. And please don't hesitate to contact me, ted.cobfleisch@uky.edu, with any questions or comments. Thank you very much.